Welcome back to a brand new episode of Private Parts with me, Liv Bentley. This is the podcast where nothing is off limits. And this week we have our glorious resident cosmetic icon, and that is Dr. Motox. And he's back.
I'm back again.
Oh my God, okay, just before we start, I'm going to make this very clear. I have gained a lisp and I've had a lot.
It's not because of me.
It's not because of you, and I'm not nervous. I have got Invisalign in, so for everyone who's sweetly DM'd me / asked what is wrong with my face, nothing. I have not had any dodgy lip filler, obviously, because Motox is for me, it's perfect. But no, I've got Invisalign in, so my mouth looks rather bulky.
You look quite juicy.
Do I?
Yeah.
But from the side, it's like trout pout.
It's give it a bit of trout. It's giving
How
it
do
Essex.
So once I get the bit of give what? Sorry.
Giving Essex.
Oh, I thought you said
Like
sex.
we moved from Chelsea to Essex. That's what's happened.
But once the Invisalign, will my teeth? Will this happen once the Invisalign's gone and my teeth are reshaped? Will my mouth be poutier?
Not as pouty as this, because you've got those little bonds, the little
Yeah,
composite bonds
I can
on
barely
your
close my
teeth.
mouth.
And then the plastic's pushing out, but your face shape will change slightly.
In a good way?
In a good way, yeah, because everything will be a little bit more supported.
More room. Never mind. Let's move on. Right.
Nothing is off the cards.
So we left off last time talking about regulations.
Yes.
Has anything improved? Anything changed?
Very, very, very minimally. But yes, it has actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we have had a little bit of movement. So now I can still train you. You can still inject.
Do we want to just do this for fun?
We will do
My
this.
problem is I drink so much coffee, I struggle to do my own eyeliner. So the thought of having a needle and injecting someone's face is concerning for me.
I'm not sure you'll be any worse than anyone else doing it out there. So
That is
don't
so
you worry, you'll be fine.
terrifying.
So you'll still be able to inject. But the new rule is now, whoever gets injected by you has to see me for a consultation first before you inject them.
Right. Okay.
So
Slight
there's
progress,
something there, but it's better than nothing.
How-
I'll take it. It's still very problematic because then people are going to find backdoor ways to do it. It's actually going to become a lot more black market because these people who are doing it are going to do it behind closed doors. Because if you're going to come and see me for a consultation, you might as well get injected by me.
But what is it? What is it? People are offering it cheaper. Like that's what
It's because people are buying fake Botox from abroad, so it comes from China.
Yeah.
They get imported. You can buy it for like, I don't know, 10, 15 quid and then charge someone 200 quid to do their face.
What percentage of clients do you have that have come to you saying they've had someone dodgy do their work?
All the time, honestly, a daily basis, most clients.
Really?
Yeah, it's because everyone looks for cheap things, and I understand that, right? I get it.
But surely with your face, it's the one thing you'd spend money on. As in, like, you would, that is not, I mean, it's one thing buying a cheap handbag, but letting your face look like one's a whole different story.
You would think that, though. But then I think there is so much pressure on people to look good that people who potentially can't afford to have it done will find other ways to try and have it done, unfortunately. There is this one woman in Liverpool, and people absolutely love her. So there's this, apparently she's a doctor from Vietnam or something.
Right.
She hires a room somewhere upstairs at the back of a restaurant. I don't know what it is.
Jesus.
Restaurant, it might be a nail salon. And she does surgeries there. No. So she
What do you mean? Like a boob job?
No. So she does facelifts apparently and blepharoplasty, so excess eyelid surgery.
In the top of a restaurant?
Which is wild, right?
She should be arrested for that. Surely but who would, I'm not being funny. If someone walked me through a McDonald's and said, right, here's the room.
You should see the comments. Everyone is raving about this woman. I'm intrigued. I want to see her work.
What do you mean? We need to get her up.
We need to get her on here.
That's
No, I think
mental.
she's in hiding because it's gone crazy on TikTok.
You're not fucking
But
surprised.
she is doing surgeries and I haven't seen a negative thing being said about her, which is wild.
But with like anaesthetic and stuff, do you have legally someone anaesthetist? Oh, that's a word I'm not going to say with
she's
this
doing it
Invisalign. She's still awake.
Everyone's having it awake. So she's
No,
not-
everyone's lost their minds. No, I'm sorry. You wouldn't awake when you're having a facelift.
Yeah, people having facelift.
What would you be awake for? What surgery? Like, out of choice, most people would go under, surely.
If you can really take it, local anesthetic does work and you're not squeamish, fine. But I would have thought most people, yes, would be put under for these treatments. But you can technically have a facelift and eyelid surgery awake, but...
And any new treatments around that people should consider doing?
New treatments around, yes. Exosomes are a massive thing at the moment.
Hold up, what?
Like who? Exosomes are going to be the next new thing. They're the next huge trend.
Is it like salmon sperm?
It's like similar idea, right? So it's all about stimulating your own skin to reproduce and to create and regenerate and try and stay younger for longer. So They are things that we naturally have them in our skin.
Yeah.
We can get them from plants, they're extracted, and then they're injected into the skin. Now, what they do, they act like a messenger. So they will talk, they're kind of like a project manager under the skin.
Got you.
So they tell everyone to do the right
Get
things.
in line and tighten
So
up.
if we inject a load of it back into your skin, it's like hiring a load of project managers, the skin's regenerating, everything looks a bit fresher,
I want
a
to
bit
try
smoother.
this.
I mean, I've sold it really well there.
Yeah, you've really sold.
It's not that life-changing. It is nice just to like give you a little bit of regeneration.
Similar effect to Profhilo?
Kind of like Profhilo as well. Yeah, Profhilo does a little bit more.
Because that's my favourite thing.
It's fantastic.
It's the only thing I really, because someone sent me a sweet message saying your skin always looks amazing. I've never had a facial in my life. The only thing I do is Profhilo. Obviously, I get Botox and filler, but like the Profhilo is the bollocks. These little fuckers here from all my smoking.
We did fill them up with Profhilo.
Oh yeah, it's like what is it? It's skin boosters essentially.
Profhilo is a skin booster, so it's loads of hyaluronic acid. So we naturally have tons of hyaluronic acid all over our skin, all over our body. And its job is to absorb water and feed it to the skin.
Yeah.
As time goes on, from like smoking, drinking, just life, being out in the sun, we lose loads of this hyaluronic acid.
Yeah.
So all the Profhilo is injecting it back into the skin. So if you think about injectable moisturizer, right? So that's kind of how it works. So you inject it, it spreads, absorbs water, feeds it to the skin, and then it also makes your body produce loads of collagen at the same time, which acts like a scaffold and lifts everything up. Just keeps things looking smoother for longer without actually changing the shape of your face. So it doesn't have volume, nothing's puffy.
And how often should one get it? Because when you start, you're meant to get it, what, 3 times in a
So normally I do it like 3 times in a row initially, like within like 2 to 6 weeks-ish.
Yeah.
And then after that, so people get really addicted to it. You can't have too much of it. I've got clients who come in every month for it. Yeah,
I'm in all the time.
But generally, like once every 4 to 6 months.
How much does it cost, Profhilo?
About £300 a session.
Okay, that's actually not that bad. Because if you think about the amount of people spend on facials, as in like if you're getting that all the time, you may as well just get Profhilo, surely. I know it's different, but
completely different. Have both, but yes.
Well, when it comes to facials, what is the best thing? Like, what facial would you recommend and how often? Like, what's a chemical peel?
That's actually a fantastic question. I put facials into 2 categories, right?
Yeah.
So the first one is just like a cleansing, hydrating, just like cleaning things out, a bit like a hydrofacial. It's probably like one of the most common ones, where it just sucks out all the debris and everything off your skin, makes you look a bit glowy.
I'll be honest, I'm too nervous that all sorts would get unearthed under my old skin.
Imagine the stuff
30 years, a whole pack of Marlboros would probably come out. Fuck.
So that's the first type. It's just lots of hydration, cleaning, nothing dramatic.
Yeah.
And the second ones are treatment facials. So there are 2 main things within treatment facials. One is chemical peel, 2 is microneedling. So chemical peel strips the skin. So it's like an acid on the skin, and the skin just goes flaky, red, it falls off, and you can have it really weak or extremely strong.
And that's where you look a bit like a leopard for a few days.
You will look like a leopard, or for a few weeks if you go really, really, really strong with it.
Would you say they're worth it?
Absolutely. They're fantastic. But you just have to be prepared for downtime with it.
Yeah.
So, for example, chemical peels will get rid of all the pigmentation of the skin. It will just resurface. Everything just glows. It looks incredible. But you will look crazy for 2 weeks.
Okay.
And then there's microneedling. So microneedling is a little pen with lots of little needles in it.
Yeah. Is that Morpheus 8?
Morpheus 8 is a type of microneedling as well, but a much stronger one.
Yeah.
Much more painful one. General microneedling just jabs the skin. As you jab the skin, it causes regeneration. So all your skin cells rush there. It causes healing, and everything just looks a bit smoother and a bit fresher.
What's the downtime for that?
About 2 or 3 days, you leave looking like a tomato. You look extremely red.
Okay. Wait, is that the vampire facial?
So vampire facial involves microneedling. So you will microneedle, then you take your blood, spin it, take out all the good stuff.
That's PRP. Is that PRP?
That's PRP. And then you can inject it. So then you can have that in your hair and your face.
I mean, the world is fucking mental, isn't it? Really, we're injecting, we're, getting it all out.
Where do people come up with these ideas? I'm not coming up with the ideas.
Okay, if you could come up with one treatment, what would it be?
What would it be? Great question. I would find a way to lift the brows instead of having surgery for blepharoplasty. That would be the best thing ever.
So what is a blepharoplasty?
When you remove the excess skin, so the heavy eyelids.
And then
that is the most nightmare thing to treat.
Is it? And that's obviously quite a big surgery though, isn't it? Taking that skin away.
It's actually not that horrendous. I mean, it's not nice.
Yeah.
You're removing a piece of your skin. But I think a lot of people are having it done under local anaesthetic nowadays, which is wild.
Really? Oh, quick question. What would you say the one should use for scarring?
Scarring.
Yeah.
Scarring is so hard to deal with. It's so difficult. But generally, I would say microneedling with radio frequency, because that helps to break down the scars and cause regeneration. So a bit like Morpheus 8.
Yeah.
Two, we'd put a load of skin boosters there. So skin boosters helps cause regeneration.
Yeah.
And then three, you can kind of like untether the scar. So scarring is where the skin is bound down to either like the muscle or anything below. So it's really holding it down.
Yeah.
So you can release that either with like needles or scalpels where you just go in there and slowly release it to lift it up. But generally, you won't be able to get rid of them,
Just it
but
would
you
soften them.
can definitely soften them quite a lot.
And is that the same to help with like acne scarring?
Exactly the same thing. So like Morpheus 8, chemical peels help quite a lot actually because it just resurfaces and removes the top surface layer of the skin, and then skin boosters. And that's kind of about it, unfortunately.
Okay, and what do you think the worst thing to do for your skin is?
And the worst things you can do for your skin is probably use the wrong products, the wrong retinols, the wrong vitamin C's, because you can really ruin your skin barrier. So our skin is made to protect, to stop things from getting from the outside in. And people, I find all the time, people are putting the wrong things for their skin type on their skin,
Yeah.
which ruins that barrier. It's like creates little wounds and it creates areas for things to get into the skin, which makes it a million times worse.
Yeah.
So it's really putting the right products onto your skin. But that's also difficult because there's so much out there.
Oh,
Everyone's got a skincare company.
everyone's
Everyone's
got
got a
different.
brand. There's
Yeah.
always
And
something,
then I think you also judge it on like how much something costs, and I think one assumes the more expensive, you're like, this is gonna be great, or one's
which
got
it
gold leaf in
really
it.
isn't.
Yeah.
You just because you pay more doesn't mean it's any better. You're paying more because they've probably got a higher marketing budget.
Yeah.
So it's finding something that works for your skin type, most importantly, because what works on me might not work on you.
Yeah.
So you need to go and find out actually what works for you. But using the wrong products will absolutely ruin your
Completely
skin.
true. Probably a stupid question. What does it, if you put something on and it feels a bit itchy slash uncomfortable on your skin, does that mean it's not right for you? Or is that just because of what the product is? Because,
Not always. So for example, a retinol. A
yeah,
retinol is the most important thing everyone should be putting on their face, but it's finding the right one for you. But initially,
medicate.
yeah,
No, because I gave Natalie my Medicate one. Because that's good, isn't it? That
that
one.
is a fantastic brand. They make the best retinol on the market, that, in my opinion.
Okay.
But what initially, when you start retinol, you will go a bit itchy and a bit flaky because your skin kind of like, what on earth is going on? What you're putting on
Yeah.
my skin? But as it gets used to it and your barrier builds up, all of a sudden your skin glows. But you do have to go through some downtime with some of those products.
Okay.
Some products shouldn't do that
Yeah.
at all. Like if you're using like a hyaluronic acid, something nice, gentle, you should
shouldn't
not
be
be
burning.
thinking you need to stop using that immediately.
Okay. And then just while we're on what's not good, sunbeds.
Sunbeds?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Okay.
Please don't do it.
Cancel that
No,
subscription.
sunbeds are, do you know what, actually, you can use sunbeds. So sunbeds are used in hospital settings to treat some skin conditions.
Because some people with like psoriasis and
So
stuff.
psoriasis and eczema, it works beautifully under controlled conditions. But there's also a balance, right? Because the rate of skin cancer is going through the roof all the time.
Yeah.
And that's because of sun. That's just proven fact. The sun causes skin cancer.
Yeah.
Done. So sunbeds is imitating that. It's causing damage to the skin where the skin's trying to protect itself. And then it gets to a stage where sometimes the cells go a bit crazy and they turn into skin cancer.
Yeah. Just on that, what should one look out for? I know in terms of you think for skin cancer, what's like a sign?
So a few things. Moles changing. So if you are a moly person, you really need to keep an eye on them. If I was you, I would take photos of it. It's probably the easiest way because sometimes you just lose sight of what it looks like.
Yeah.
And then, so if they're getting bigger or changing, I would get them checked out immediately.
And if they're raised, or does
If
that?
they're some skin cancers can be raised, some can be flat. Actually, depends which types. But what you're looking for is irregular borders. So some moles are normally just nice, round, smooth. If it's got irregular borders, if it's got redness around it, if it's itchy or flaky, those kind of things need to be treated immediately.
Okay.
Because some skin cancers are just localized. A lot of them are.
Yeah.
So I used to work in a hospital where we deal with them all the time, and most of them are just localized. You cut them out, they're done, finished, gone. So those are called BCCs or basal cell carcinomas. They're super easy to deal with. You'll be left with a scar, but it can be dealt with.
Yeah.
Now, occasionally you can get something called a melanoma. Melanomas are very, very serious and they become aggressive super, super, super quick. So if they're not treated, they will spread to other parts of the body extremely quickly. And the scary thing about it is younger people are getting it more and more and more
Really?
nowadays.
Because we're all obsessed with tanning.
And we're all obsessed with tanning. So that's something we really need to keep an eye on. And
Everyone
it doesn't differentiate.
Put your what is it called? Not UV. Put your sun cream on.
Put your sun cream on.
No more tanning
Day and
oil.
night. Whether I always say to everyone, if it's like thunder, if it's raining, if it's cloudy, if it's sunny, just put some SPF on.
What's a good brand that you
what?
could put your makeup on top of? Because
That's
I struggle with that because it's quite oily.
It's hard. Because sunscreen comes in two forms. There's one where it's a mineral and there's chemical one. So there's one that just sits on the skin
Yeah.
and it actually just causes a protective barrier. Those normally have like a whitish tingy color,
Yeah.
which a lot of people don't like, and especially on like darker skin types. If I put that on, I look like a ghost. I look ridiculous, right? They just don't work.
Yeah.
Or there's the chemical type, which works in like chemical reaction and it stops it doing that way. But in terms of brands, it's actually difficult. I don't actually support a specific brand for
Yeah.
SPF because it's what works for you and your skin type. So an oily person might use something different to a dry person. So when I am putting skincare plans together, usually I say to people, just use what SPF works for you.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of SPFs out there which are a load of rubbish. There was actually something that came out very, very recently where they were testing a lot of the SPFs, and one of the very, very big brands, which we won't name in case we get sued, huge brand, they were claiming their SPF were the SPF 50. When they did the testing, came out as an SPF 4, which is going to do absolutely nothing.
That's really dangerous.
Super, super dangerous.
Is there and I know not to shame a brand, but are there any brands that you actually would really advise not using, that you think there's been a bit of like flack around that you just wouldn't advise someone
I wouldn't
to
use brands. I wouldn't use like those for skincare. I wouldn't use like a really luxury brand like, I shouldn't name names, but like super luxury brands that make other things and then going into skin. The makeup brands who are then making skincare. That's not what you're there for.
Yeah.
The kind of brands you want to go for is someone where there are scientists and chemical scientists and skincare scientists who are working on it. For example, Medicate, incredible. Like the guy who runs Medicate, his background was
or like
science,
Dermalogica.
chemical. Yeah, those kind of things. They're backed by science. They're backed by dermatologists. They're created in a way that's really going to help protect and boost your skin. Compared to like the luxury brands who are just throwing out hyaluronic ads out there, the makeup brands who all of a sudden here's a spray, extortionate for a whole load of nothing as well.
Yeah.
So those brands I would stay away from.
Stay clear of.
But Medicate, we love Medicate.
I rate Medicate.
It's very, very
that
good.
vitamin C cream's the dream.
Incredible.
That's unbelievable.
Incredible.
And makeup on top goes so nicely
Beautiful.
on it. Our sweet friend Khloe Kardashian has revealed half of what she's had done.
Yes.
Can we give a little down low onto all these things? Nose job, laser hair, Botox and Sculptra. What the hell's Sculptra?
We'll talk about Sculptra because I'm very against that stuff.
What is that?
Sculptra is a injectable skin booster, but the way it works, it works beautifully, right? Don't get me wrong. It's a fantastic product. It smoothens out the skin. You know those little lines that you get here? If you put some Sculptra in there, it will smooth out and get rid of it.
What is it? Just an injection?
It's injection that's injected under the skin and it spreads.
Okay.
But the way it works is by creating loads of scar tissue. So you get loads of scar tissue underneath the skin, which tightens everything, makes everything look a lot smoother.
Right.
No, if I was having treatments, I don't want my skin to be full of scar tissue. The reason being, at some point, I will have a facelift. And when I do have a facelift, that surgeon is going to
I'm going to be going with you, and it's that bloke who did Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah, we're going to see him.
Yeah.
We're booked in for a consultation.
We'll be on the wait list for 30 years.
Then when you do have surgery, lifting that skin up is a nightmare for the surgeon.
Because of all the stuff.
And your results just are not the results that you want it to be.
Okay.
So that's one treatment I would advise against if you ever considering having surgical procedures in the future, which we're getting to a day and age where a lot of us are probably going to end up having that at some
honestly,
point.
some people look phenomenal.
Yeah. And that's why all the Kardashians are looking incredible, because they are having Sculptra and it does really, really work.
But it's just
long term, it's really not for me.
Okay. Soft wave laser for skin tightening. But I'm just reading the list. A lot of these things seem quite similar. So soft wave laser for skin tightening, that on top of Sculptra, on top of Botox, on top of whatever else. Collagen baby threads under chin and neck. What even is that?
What's it? The collagen threads?
Collagen baby threads under the chin and neck.
Interesting.
What's that?
Well, assuming that...
gathered threads, obviously, but like...
So they are little so you know when you have stitches in your skin to stitch things together? Your body takes away those dissolvable stitches and replaces it with scar tissue. So if you put a load of those just under the skin, again, your body will get rid of them and replace it with scar tissue, which helps to tighten things up. And I'm assuming she's saying that to tell people about allegations of having liposuction under her chin, which she probably has had done.
Kind of missing like the biggest part of what she may have had done.
Yeah, I think she's telling us a little bit about her face, which I appreciate, and I love that she's being a bit more honest about it, and everyone's talking about it a little bit more, which is great because those beauty standards sometimes you just cannot meet without having treatments, right? And we need to know that. But she hasn't been totally truthful about everything.
About the full body.
About the full body. Her body looks...
Like, let's get real for a minute, though. Her ass, like, that can't be real. Naturally, does one have an ass like that?
No, of course not. It's impossible.
I mean,
right?
I rate that she's been honest. I actually really rate all the celebs who talk about all their stuff. But I do think if you're going to go halfway there and say half the stuff, you may as well just go the whole hog and say it all.
We would just like to know everything. But then again, there's also the thing of there is privacy and there is...
That is true.
Yeah, fine, fair enough. But if you're going to put half of it out there, don't tell us that that's all you've had to achieve the way you look. Because she does look incredible. Her body looks fantastic.
She looks amazing.
She looks insane.
But
we are being misled slightly.
They all have phenomenal bodies. And I think they obviously post a lot of workout videos. How much of their actual bodies is more of sort of a cosmetic thing? Like what injections, lipo, any of that kind of thing would you say they are?
A lot of it will be with help. I mean, you obviously need to maintain it. They're obviously clearly working out and keeping things fit and all that kind of stuff, which works, and probably eating very well. But a lot of their body is unattainable without having some sort of treatment.
Like lipo?
Like lipo. I'll say allegedly, she would have had a BBL. They've had liposuction. They'll be having skin tightening treatments.
With liposuction, how does it work? What, you have it once and you never need it again, or you need it consistently?
Liposuction, actually, what it does, it sucks out the blood, not the blood cells. It sucks out all the fat cells.
Yeah.
So our fat cells are kind of like a sponge. They get like bigger, smaller, like when you put on weight and lose weight. Yeah. But if you remove it, there's nothing there. So actually, once it's gone, it is gone.
Right.
You can produce more, and it can come back that way. But generally, when it's gone, it is gone.
Yeah. Okay. Because I don't get liposuction. I get endomology.
Yep.
That's good for similar? Is that what's the difference? That's more for lymphatic stuff.
That's more for lymphatic.
But that helps. What does it do? Round the fat cells so liquid goes through it quicker.
Yeah, exactly. So our body has kind of like pipe work, which just helps to move all the water and everything out around our body. So that just helps us stimulate and keep it moving. Okay. Which means the cells are more hydrated and everything looks smoother. You probably find like little cellulite bits initially.
So would you recommend that to people if they're trying to get slightly toned, or 100%. Rather than getting liposuction?
Like, don't expect that to change your life.
Yeah.
Like, if you've got like a nice event or something coming up, I'd have that done like a day or two before. Your wedding. Everything will look right tight and lovely. But then it will all come back.
Okay. Interesting. And what about like, do you think any of them are on Ozempic?
Who isn't on Ozempic?
I'm not.
I mean, yeah, except you.
I can say that. But yeah, really?
A lot of people are on Ozempic. Most people are on Ozempic.
I'll be honest, every other person I meet who's lost a load of weight says they're on Ozempic. Yeah. But you get a mixed bag. You get some people who work out with it and like seem to really be helping themselves with it. Yeah. Others who just take it as a sort of like quick fix.
If you're using Ozempic for a quick fix, you're always going to come back to your habits, right?
Yeah.
Ozempic is incredible for loads of things, including losing weight, cardiovascular health. Like, so much is coming out about how incredible it is just generally for your body. But if you use it in the right format, microdosing, that's going to become a next massive thing where you take tiny little bits just to slightly suppress your appetite alongside working out together. It's going to be incredible. People are going to transform massively, because then you're not going to use muscle mass, your face isn't going to sink in, you're not going to lose your hair, you're not going to get thin nails, because you're slightly microdosing, you're still eating and you're working out, and together that just works beautifully. So there is a new thing coming out where you can actually get the semaglutide, which is the main ingredient of Ozempic, as a lozenge that goes under your tongue, and it absorbs straight in, so you don't have to inject it. And that you can get as a microdose.
Okay. So this is advice to anyone who's thinking about taking it. Not that we're encouraging it.
We're not encouraging anything.
But if you are going to do it, follow this.
Follow these rules. So a little microdosing here or there once you got to where you want to be just helps to keep it going, where you can still suppress things, but you can also build muscle and all that kind of stuff at the same time. That's a whole new thing that hasn't been approved yet. It's coming out. I have ordered some because I'm going to try it out. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you don't need to try it. Well, you personally are going to try it?
I'm going to try it. I'm going to see what it's like.
Oh my God.
I'll let you know next time I'm here.
Yeah.
In a couple of weeks, I'll let you know.
Have you have you ever been found out about a new treatment and you've thought, actually, you know what, I wouldn't even do that to myself?
Yeah, all the time.
Really?
There's things coming out all the
What
time.
though? Like, tell me something weird, something odd that someone's had, and you're like, oh, what?
Well, one of them is always penis injections. One that
I
comes
know,
out,
yeah, we
I'm
spoke
like,
about
God's
this
sake.
before. What about the I hate the word labia. What about down there? The women.
Labia treatment. So I don't get involved in that. I don't want to see it. Don't want to deal with it.
Neither do I.
Please. But there are, so I work with a girl who is incredible at that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
where she's promoting women's health because things change down there.
Yeah.
I don't know how they change, but apparently they change
Post
quite a lot.
babies, yeah.
Post babies, time, menopause, hormones, things become
Hormones. We need to get onto that in a minute.
we will
Fucking
get to
hell.
hormones. Things will become drier, looser, all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff. So you can have injectable stuff into the labia to hydrate. You can have tightening of the muscles around there to keep things tightened and
Yeah.
lifted, and especially after postpartum, like it's
Yeah.
huge.
You can also use Jomo.
You can also use Jomo
Keep
alongside
I was
things.
going to say moist, but that's another word we really shouldn't be using. Okay, interesting. Yeah, because I think that's a big, especially women who then go through menopause. Can you get injectable things to help with that side of things?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah,
interesting.
massively. Huge things. In menopause, your whole body changes,
Everything
right?
changes.
Head to toe. Hair, face, skin, nails, boobs.
What would you recommend to, because you hear you hear so many different things. Firstly, the average age of a woman going through menopause is getting younger and younger.
Yeah, which is
But
wild.
what would you advise someone who's probably almost perimenopausal to consider taking? Because there's so much out there. Like, I have conversations. I'm not going through menopause or close. I don't know if I'm even closer. I'm assuming not. But there's so much out there in terms of supplements, HRT, all these different things. But they say that women should actually start taking things a lot more before.
A lot earlier. You want to get your body prepared for that because it's a massive change. And I don't think people realize how much of a change it is until you get to that stage.
Yeah.
So I would start off just very, very simply, just looking after your skin, looking after your body, taking the right supplements. I had so many DMs last time about supplements.
Oh, yeah. We
Honestly,
need to do a whole
hundreds.
episode just on
I will
supplements,
tell you the
think.
supplements again because everyone's like, what were the supplements?
I've been taking them. The 2 oils are the dream. I don't
Incredible,
know.
incredible stuff. So collagen, I would be taking as soon as possible. Collagen acts like a scaffold, right? So if you think about a scaffold holds things up. So this is the skin. Scaffold is holding everything up. Those collagen we lose. So if you take collagen, it's going to help build it back up and keep it smoother for longer. So that's really
Should
really
everyone
gonna help.
generally just be taking that?
Just take it.
Men and
It's
women.
going to do no harm.
Yeah.
Just take it. But you also need to be taking a good quality
Which
one.
which one was this?
So my favorite brand, which I don't get paid for yet, I should be.
Same.
Yeah, we've DM us. Is Luna and Solace. Luna and Solace.
Is that the oils,
Solis. Yes. So the collagen comes as a like liquid, which is like peach flavor. It's really nice.
Yeah.
And then they do a omega-3 and a K2 and D3. And
That's the
together,
one.
those 3 things, incredible.
So you're okay, even in terms of like not just injectables but skincare and stuff, will you try everything yourself before?
I have any treatment there is in my clinic, I have tried it. Even if I don't need it, I'll have a tiny bit of it.
Yeah.
Just to see what it feels like, what it looks like, aftermath, and all that kind of stuff. So all the filler treatments I do, I've had filler everywhere, some places more than others.
Yeah.
Just so I know what it feels like. For example, that Ozempic lozenge, I'm going to try that because I want to see what it feels like and how it works. All the skin boosters.
Would you then prescribe that? Not prescribe, but offer it as something to give to people?
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Okay, interesting.
Because it's where we're going next.
Yeah.
And it just really works. The research behind it is incredible. So it does work. That's why I'm going to try it. I cannot wait.
Just a quick one. For anyone who is having anything done, what would you say a warning sign of pain / anything that looks a certain way after you've had a treatment? What would that be that something you're having a reaction or something isn't quite right?
3 things you look out for. Number 1, extreme swelling. So after any treatments, you get swelling, as you probably know. But if it's
touch my lips,
lips at the moment are not.
No, everyone has to ignore them. Okay.
Extreme swelling. So something's really, really swollen.
Yeah.
As soon as you get home, that's something's going wrong. 2, extreme bruising. So if something's really bruising or the skin is becoming discolored.
Yeah.
3 is losing blood supply to the area, and the way you check that is if that area is going white. So you press on it, and if the blood supply isn't coming
would that
back very
mainly
quickly,
be lips?
It can be anywhere. Everyone always thinks it's just lips. Actually, lips is probably the least problematic area.
Really?
It's everywhere else that's really dangerous.
What's the most dangerous thing to do to your face in terms of
having filler in your frown lines is probably
that
the
was
most
the first thing I was recommended. Oh, that a doctor
What?
suggested to have to me. I mean, that it was like a canal up there, but he said I could put filler in there. You're too far gone for Botox. And thank God at the time I was with someone and they said I wouldn't do that. And then I just got Botox in there.
And now it's gone.
That's so interesting because the other one that I had done was the tear trough filler, which I didn't appreciate is actually quite dangerous.
Yeah, well, everything is dangerous.
Yeah.
But the frown one is probably the most dangerous because there's a big blood vessel that goes up right there to supply up
Blood
and
to the
down
head.
to your eye. So if you get any fill into that, it blocks it. Blood supply runs out in that area. The skin dies off. Either the skin die off or you'll go blind.
Okay, right. What is the product of the episode today?
So product of the episode is by popular demand because my DMs are full of this. So I'm going to tell you once, don't DM me again. leave me in peace. So this is the collagen that I've been telling everyone about. So I'll give you one there.
Okay.
So this is full of loads of good stuff. So it's got collagen, but it's got amino acids in it. So amino acids are the building blocks that make collagen.
Got you.
Alongside, it's got vitamin C in there. Your body cannot create collagen if it doesn't have vitamin C. So together, it works to create it. So it's got that in there. And then it's got this antioxidant called astaxanthin. Have I said that right? Which is like one of the most potent antioxidants there is. So it's really going to protect your skin from the inside out. It acts like as an internal SPF, but I would still use SPF to help protect your skin. So it's a very, very high quality collagen product.
Okay, amazing. Should we neck them?
Yes.
Oi.
So normally I do mix it with water because it is
Nothing like a shot on a Monday morning. I quite like it.
Delicious. Everyone's like, does it actually do anything?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, let me test it. So before I started taking it, I had a skin scan. So you had one of the skin scans in my clinic where we saw all the damage,
all the sun damage,
Marlboros all over it.
A bit of vodka.
And then so I took it every single day for 30 days. 30 days later, I did another scan, and then you can physically see the change in your skin where it's more hydrated, it had less pores, it had less redness. So it does work.
Okay, that's quite good actually, because I was going to ask.
We should probably do that with you actually.
I know. I should try.
30-day trial.
Should I do it? Oh no, because I was going to ask. You know how some supplement or some whatever it is say, oh, you'll notice the difference after like 60 days. Does it determine how good a product is with how many days you should really notice a difference? Does that make sense?
Not really. It depends what the product.
Because 60 days, really, I'd give up on that point.
This is the point. This is the problem, right? It's a bit like going to the gym. Like after 2 weeks, you're like,
eat salads 3 days in a row, and you're like, what the fuck am I not seeing it? Yeah.
So you do have to be persistent with it, for sure, especially with things like collagen. Collagen is not something that's created overnight. It happens very, very slowly. So in 30 days, things are starting to happen.
Yeah.
I'm sure if I take a scan now, it'll be a million times better than what it was.
Oh my God, I'm going to do this, and we need to see this old leather handbag in a few weeks.
You'll be smooth.
Yeah.
We'll get some.
Okay, perfect. So that's the collagen, and then the other two, the drops. Anything else that one should be taking, or you would recommend just those three? Because honestly, I watch some people's Instagrams, and fuck me, the pills they're choking back, and not in a good way.
There's so much out there. This is the issue, right? You could be taking things all day and all night.
Yeah.
But those are like my 3 key ones. So start off with that.
Yeah.
If you want to add more on, there's way more. So if you're dealing with hair stuff, you'll be taking biotin. If you're dealing with nails, you might want to take your keratin, all the other vitamins.
Yeah, we're going to do a full episode on hair.
We're going to do a full episode on this, but NAD is a massive thing.
Oh yeah, let's talk about this for a minute, because I actually got NAD. The NAD sent me one of the vials that I was doing at
injection
home.
Ones.
Yeah, what's the? Is it actually? That's a whole. While we're on this, sorry, quickly. IV drips.
Yes.
Are they good? Are they not? Are they worth it? Because I'll be honest, every time I've had one, I feel unwell afterwards. I feel worse.
I feel worse?
Yeah, I've never felt better. I feel sluggish. Well, I was at a festival for one of them, but no. But the other one I had when everyone's like, you get such a buzz of energy. I was like, I need to lie down.
So IV drips, they're great. They're lovely. It just gives you a little boost. It's like if you're really hungover, if you've been to a party, if you've been to a festival, your skin's going to be so dehydrated, there's going to be nothing left in you. You've used all the nutrients up.
Yeah.
So all you do is you inject everything back into the vein and give the nutrients back into your skin. You can also do the exact same thing just by drinking some electrolytes and some water, right?
Yeah.
But it's just a little bit slower because it's got to go through the stream. Your body's got to absorb it. So you can just drink water and electrolytes, or you can have it injected straight in. So you should feel
better. But I know, because I instead would get like the B12 magnesium and then
glutathione.
That's it.
Yes.
Is that the same sort of thing?
Yeah, because and all those things your body's kind of creating.
But to get an injection rather than a drip.
Yeah, and they work. It's lovely. It gives you a quick little boost.
Yeah.
But it's not a life-changing thing at
but
all.
NAD.
NAD is like the whole new situation. I think it was Hailey Bieber and Kendall Jenner that made it blow
What
up.
form is the best way to take it?
NAD injectable for sure. So you can get it as supplements, where it's like made as like the precursor, where your body then absorbs it. It's fine, it's nice. Anything injectable just absorbs a lot quicker and a lot better, especially NAD. NAD is quite an unstable product. So when you inject it, it works. And the problem is that's like a daily injection that you're going to be doing all the time. But it just helps to stimulate, get everything going, and just gives you a huge boost of energy. It works. It's amazing. Like if you haven't tried it.
And a brand, if anyone's looking for one, is NAD at Home, which I actually did use and I really like their vials.
There you go. Although the trouble I find with those ones is you've got to draw it up yourself.
I know, but I sort of liked it. I felt like Nurse Bentley in my kitchen. I was like,
hello. My issue with that is, if you don't know what you're doing, and there's an air bubble in there.
Well, yeah, I was flicking it and I was doing this.
Well, you're clearly a pro. Some people aren't. If you inject an air bubble into a vein or blood vessel.
Okay, right. Everyone be very careful with your needles.
Yeah, please don't kill
yourself. Yeah, that's actually quite terrifying thinking about it.
Yeah, but I think they're coming out with new things where it's a bit like the Ozempic.
Oh, yeah, no, they are. Sorry. And this specific company has just released one of those.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
So a little bit safer.
Okay. Yeah, I was about to say that actually does sound recommending people to get their needles out.
So Kris Jenner has seen someone fantastic, right?
Hasn't she just? She looks fantastic. She looks phenomenal.
Yeah, I think his name's Dr.
Not Andrew Ciccone. Is it Andrew Ciccone?
No, it's Stephen Levine. Dr. Stephen Levine. He's blowing up. That's who we're going to go see.
Yeah, Stephen. How much is Stephen charging?
God knows.
What's his weight? 100 grand, isn't it?
I reckon it'd be more than that now.
Isn't that a lot?
Can you imagine?
Facelift. But then again, I haven't got children, so fuck it. I'm going to look younger.
But I reckon I want to be on that wait list now.
Yeah,
I'm like,
same.
20 years time. Let's go.
Okay, let's sign ourselves up.
Let's sign us up. Because if we pay for it now, I reckon it'd be cheaper than later on.
Yeah, fuck. This podcast.
I reckon we put the deposit. Oh yeah.
How much is? Oh my god, how much is a deposit? I forget that you would do that, wouldn't you? Put a deposit down for your face.
I would have thought so. Yeah.
I mean, it is phenomenal. She looks great.
She looks incredible.
Demi Moore. She also looks great. Oh, is it all the same?
This guy I think is doing
working wonders. Bit better than the woman up in Liverpool.
I don't know. No, honestly, I've been hearing great things about this woman in Liverpool. I don't want to slate her too much because honestly, you'll see the comments.
I think we should meet her.
The comments here will be wild because everyone comments, I've been to see this woman.
Really? I just can't get over this. Okay,
I want to meet her.
I feel like we should meet her. So they've had what is the difference with this specific facelift that he's offering?
Think he's just clearly doing it in a different way where it's going up with where your muscles are rather than going backwards. I think everything looks lifted. But it's not just the faces that's given her what's given her, because the facelift doesn't change your skin and her skin looks like glass. It looks like AI. Everyone's like, that's AI. I'm like, it could be AI.
Yeah.
But her skin looks absolutely flawless.
Is that makeup though, or is that?
It'll be makeup, but she's also having skin treatments for sure. She'll be having her skin boosters, her lasers, her resurfacing, her chemical peels. I reckon she's gone absolutely ham.
Just quickly, does your you know how if you take something for a certain amount of time, it will sort of stop working? Can that happen with things like Profhilo or anything like that? Like if you overdo it, then your sort of body comes anew?
With skin boosters, no. With Botox, definitely yes.
Oh yeah, no, I've noticed that from when I first had it. It lasted a lot longer to when I do now.
Yeah, it definitely changes, and some people I see it quite a lot actually nowadays. Some people become completely immune. Like it does, nothing changes. It doesn't. Nothing works.
God, that's quite terrifying.
Absolutely hell.
Get us on that list.
Yeah. And
Stephen.
Stephen, book us in now.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, but having things like Profhilo, if you have Botox and Profhilo, does Profhilo help prolong the Botox or something? Does it work?
No, they work in different ways. It well, no, kind of actually. Yeah, that's quite a good point, because what it does, because the skin is smoother. You'll need Botox less. So if you're doing good quality skincare, taking your supplements, looking after yourself, you will need actually less Botox and less injectables to reverse the damage.
Interesting. And what do you think this year holds for any sort of new trends that could be happening in the cosmetic world? Like, what do you think is going to be the next big thing?
The next big thing is going to be exosomes. They're going to be massive. We briefly discussed it earlier, just like cell regeneration. At the moment, they're all plant-based. And I think we're going to go to, hopefully soon, getting it from humans, but not just any old human, from yourself. I mean,
you sir, come over here, give me your blood. That's fucking weird.
So I think the next big thing is we're going to be taking our own blood, taking the exosomes out, and then injecting it to where we want to go, which is going to do a lot more than what the ones we currently have out there. And I think that's going to make a huge disruption in the industry. It's really, really exciting.
In all seriousness, though, so Motox and I both put up a Q&A, asked what anyone would like to know the answer to, and I got a lot of people asking
a serious amount of questions
about getting work done while you're pregnant.
Interesting.
So, well, I'll read the questions in a minute, but that was a big one. A lot of people saying while you're pregnant or breastfeeding, what can you have and what can you not have?
Unfortunately, not a lot.
Yeah.
So really, you can't. Most people say you can't get your hair dyed, you can't have your nails done.
Oh, that's extreme. I thought meant just a bit of Botox and filler.
No, this is it, right? Some of it I think it is a bit extreme, but also you are pregnant and you don't want to put
someone that could
potentially at risk. And the reason there are these rules is it's unlikely things are actually going to happen.
Yeah.
When we go, for example, you can't have Botox, you can't have skin boosters, you can't have filler, you can't have anything that I do apart from maybe just like a gentle facial. So usually people who are pregnant will just come and see me for regular facial. We're just cleansing, keeping things hydrated, making you feel a bit better. Nothing that dramatic.
Yeah.
But in terms of injectables, the issue we have with it is it hasn't been researched. Because no one's going to put themselves in for a study like, let's go, let's see what happens. So because it hasn't been researched, we don't know. But there are people who have been pregnant, you've injected them, and everything comes out and everything's fine. So sometimes we'll go back and look backwards that way, be like, okay, so all of these people did have treatments, they didn't know they were pregnant, everything's fine.
Oh, yeah.
So some people would do treatments on people pregnant breastfeeding. I personally wouldn't because I'm just like, we don't know.
Yeah.
Have 9 months off. We'll revisit the situation. I'll bring you back up. Don't you worry. We'll fill you full of stuff and bring you back up. And it's same for breastfeeding. And again, the likelihood of things passing through breast milk in terms of the injectable stuff is extremely low. But again, you just don't know. Yeah. And because you don't know, it's not a risk I'm willing to take.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, it is. Just for 9 months, it's
have 9 months off and then get him to pay for everything head to toe.
Perfect.
Done.
Is chin and jawline filler worth it? How often should you get it? Is 26 years old too young?
There isn't an age. So, for example, for filler in particular, on a young female, generally, my general rule, this isn't like a total be on and end all, but general rule on a young female, jawline filler, I don't really do. I don't like it. It doesn't look good. It makes you look boxy. It makes you look masculine. Everything looks wider. Doesn't look great. That's in the jawline on a female. On a man, we'll pump it full, get you looking square, tight, and everything looks fantastic. Chin is very, very different, right? So some people have a very set back, receded chin, which makes everything look really set back, and it blends the chin into the neck, and everything will look like a bit of a splodge.
Yeah.
So in that person, if you put a little bit of filler into the chin, bring everything out slightly, it pulls everything forward and gives you so much angle, and everything just looks a lot more harmonized.
Can that help with this chap under here?
It does do a little bit. In someone where the chin is receded backwards, if I put a little bit of filler into your chin, that little double chin area will reduce slightly.
Got you.
But I wouldn't have filler in your chin to reduce a double chin.
Yeah.
Because then your chin will look odd.
Because we spoke about this before, the only real thing to do that is
a bit liposuction.
Is liposuction, yeah.
Or Khloe Kardashian is pretending it's from those little collagen threads, but it's
okay, just out of curiosity, when people do admit to things and then there are doctors like you who look at her and go, well, hang on a minute, that's clearly not the fucking case. Do you
I just sit there, I look at her, I just roll my eyes, I'm like, just let them be, let them have their PR moment.
Have you ever noticed that a celeb, does any specific celeb stand out that's proclaimed to have done something when you know perfectly well it's not that? Or
well, the issue is actually the other way around. It's the ones who are proclaiming they haven't had anything, and I'm looking, I'm like, we've watched you grow up with
but
us.
It's a bit
this
like
isn't your face.
All the people taking Ozempic. I think if it's helped you and it's beneficial for you, then do it. But
but just don't lie.
Yeah.
There's no need.
Also, no one naturally drops.
I say the one I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for Kendall's list, because everyone else has released their list. Because let's be honest, we all want to look like Kendall.
Or Bella Hadid.
That's the list I'm waiting for.
She had the fox eye thing, didn't she?
She's had allegedly a surgical brow lift, where the incision's actually in the hairline, so you'll never see it, and it pulls everything up. That's why her eyebrows look incredible. But she did do a thing with Vogue, saying how she does like a gua sha or something.
Oh, that's what someone asked.
Or like she has a really ponytails really far back, which that would also lift it. But
surely that will stop pulling your hair out. Someone did ask about how do you say it? Gua sha?
A gua sha.
What on earth is that? I know when people rub themselves with something.
Yeah, so you know when you go for your little lymphatic drainage
Yeah.
massages and it just like drains all the water out? So a gua sha does a similar thing for your face. So it just removes the water retention out of your face, so everything looks sculpted and lifted. And
But so
yes,
if
it
you do it
works.
daily, it will long term, or you've got
Not,
to
it
do it
won't do it
every
long
day.
time. That's the issue, right? So if you do it, if you wake up in the morning and do a bit of a gua sha, it will make everything look lifted. You
Yeah.
look incredible. Everything looks sculpted. So when we do facials, we use gua shas and things, and then you leave looking absolutely lifted and
Oh
sculpted.
my God, I need to come in for a facial.
But a day or two later, all the water retention's back,
Oh,
and
fine.
everything
So
looks
okay.
puffy again.
God,
So
people's morning routines are getting out of control.
yeah,
Mine's just a coffee and 2 fags, but now I'm, I'll never leave the house.
So yeah, you're gonna be taking your 6 to 10 supplements, doing your gua sha, doing your LED light therapy.
Okay, yeah, that's another one. So the LED, firstly, the infrared saunas.
Yes.
Recommend, or what's the deal with them? Do they do much?
Indifferent.
What's the
I don't think there is any science behind it.
Really?
But I mean, I do like going in an infrared sauna. It's a nice little.
Because I'm doing one tomorrow.
Oh, you?
Yes.
Well, it's quite nice. You don't have
with
your
a
phone
cryo
with you.
tank.
Oh, fine.
So is that a good thing to do for your body?
It's not a bad thing to do for your body.
Shout out to 111 Cryo in Harvey Next, by the way.
Thanks, guys.
Sweetly let me have it. No, because also the LED masks.
LED masks. Okay, so this is a whole thing.
Because they're
LED
everywhere
masks.
at the moment, and it's sort of like is it the sort of thing that you need to use every single day to notice, or is it like use it for 2 weeks and then you're fine for your
So there's two types of LED masks. So there's the in clinic, super strong, incredible one. So the ones that I have in clinic and our facials, super strong. You physically can't buy it. It's illegal for you to have at home because it's so strong for your skin. Two, there is the at home ones. Now the at home ones, there's some rubber. You can buy one off Temu, which is not going to do absolutely anything for your skin. You'll be sat there bit like an idiot for 10 minutes with a red light on your face. Or two, there's the really strong ones.
Yeah.
But even those strong ones are not strong enough to do much unless you use it every single day. It has to be part of your routine every single night. 10 minutes, face mask on, whilst you're scrolling
Any brand
TikTok.
you'd recommend?
Any
Current Body?
Current Body's a nice one. Shark do a nice one. Maybe next time I'll bring some in and we'll try them.
Yeah. Because I got sent one of the helmets that do the infrared.
Shark. Yeah, nice.
By Current Body, actually.
Is it by Current Body?
You should have seen. My neighbours must have been terrified me rolling around my house without my mask on.
And nice. That's going to, again, cause a bit of stimulation, especially for like hair growth and stuff. It's going to stimulate a little bit. But it's probably sat in your bottom drawer and you're probably not using it.
Because then the other thing I was going to ask is those funny, they're like, it's like electric current things when you go, does that work?
That is really, really nice. So there's a brand that do a really, really nice one called Sculpting.
Okay.
They do a really, really nice one. And again, yes, that will work because it stimulates the muscle and it makes everything look lifted because everything's stimulated. Everything. It's a bit like, when you go to a gym and everything just looks nice and bulky wherever you want it to look bulky. It does that and it keeps it lifted for that rest of the day. So again, if you use that on a daily basis, everything's going to look
I'm actually going to start
really
doing
nice.
that. Okay.
In fact, I'll bring one in and we'll try it.
Can we
Can
we test a few products next week?
We'll
and within the hour, let's see how young we look. Do any of these facial exercises from Insta gurus actually work, and do you recommend them?
Yes, they do work for maybe a day or so.
Okay.
But you need to be doing it constantly to achieve anything from it. So what they'll get you to do is exercises to build certain muscles. It's a bit like if you go to a gym and if I just work this muscle out, these guns are going to get bigger. Big. They're looking really good at the moment.
Hello.
So if you work out those muscles, they're going to get bigger. So everything looks a bit more lifted. Now, as we age, we do lose muscle mass, right? Things get thinner. Because things get thinner, that adds to aging. That's why things start to look a little bit more sunken. Okay. So by building that muscle all the time and working out, it does build it up for sure. Okay. Alongside lymphatic draining, which just shows it off even more. So yes, they do work, but the issue I have with these gurus is then they kind of go down the line of being supernatural, not having treatments, not using all these things in skin, but that's not how it works, right? It's a balance of both things working together rather than just trying to monetize these guru exercises.
Because realistically, if you want to look younger, yes, there's a certain amount of things you could do to your face, whether it's infrared, all this sort of stuff. But ultimately, getting injections is probably...
It's the only way.
It's the only way.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Because I got a lot of DMs from people saying, what's a natural way? Like, this is probably different. What would be the one thing, non-surgical, to help with bags, dark eye circles?
They are
Other
the
than a load of
most
concealer.
difficult thing to treat.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask you actually, because I see this a lot. Lash serum.
Yes.
A lot of people, not a lot of people, but I have read that it gives people bags under their eyes. Is this a true thing, or is this just you're a bit exhausted from the night before?
It depends what you've been doing the night before.
Raffles.
So lash and brow serums work beautifully. It is
Yeah.
incredible. Your lashes will grow. You will
Yeah.
look like you've had a lash lift and everything looks
I use them
incredible.
every morning.
They're
And every
fantastic.
night.
But you do have to be careful with them because the way they were discovered is people with eye issues like glaucoma, they were having drops with that stuff in it, the hormone, the growth stuff
Right.
that goes to your eyes that helps with the glaucoma. And they were finding every time these people are coming in, like these older people had beautiful lashes all of a sudden. Someone thought, what on earth is going on here? Why have these people grown lashes? Everything looks incredible. And then they found out that way, actually, it's that hormone that's creating the hair growth in that area and bringing it out. Now, what it also does at the same time is it can affect the skin and the fat underneath the eye. So it can make things look sunken or puffy in that area.
Interesting.
So if you get it onto the skin, it's going to cause damage to that area. So I love it. I don't need it because...
Why is it always men have the fucking long lashes? It's so
it's my little
annoying.
Middle Eastern eyelashes,
Honestly.
I'm sorry, and brows. I've got hair everywhere. That's why I'm allowed.
Unlike me, who has barely got on my
that.
fucking head. Anyway.
So those lash serums work beautifully, and I do recommend for people to use them for sure. But what I always say is put a little bit of Vaseline in the areas you don't want it to be.
Oh, fine. So under those bags.
Under the eyes, if you're using it on your brows, under the skin around there as well. Because otherwise what you find, if you get it in those areas, you will start to grow little hairs in those areas as well because it stimulates some hair. Okay,
this is we might have to do a quick fire round because I got a lot of questions and it could just be yes. Okay, I get eczema flare-ups. On my face and around my eyes. What treatments would you recommend?
Eczema is a difficult one. You need to go see a dermatologist who can help you calm it down. But in terms of things, it's keeping the skin super hydrated. So you need to find a product that your skin doesn't hate. Nothing active. I wouldn't be using retinols, vitamin C's, anything like that on that kind of person initially. I would improve the skin barrier, hydrate. Things that I do find work alongside it is Profhilo. Profhilo, because we're injecting the skin with loads of hydration, absorbs water, it feeds the skin, so it just makes that skin a little bit smoother and just reduces a little bit of the irritation. But eczema is so difficult to deal with.
Would you recommend to someone? So, like, say with me, I don't have facials. Do you think I should have them? Do I need them?
Yes.
I need them.
Yeah.
Rude. Okay.
Because we should be cleansing your skin and just removing all that debris that you're building up.
I worry, but obviously social media, there's so much stuff out there. What if someone has amazing skin? Should they just leave it as it is? Because I feel like
absolutely. If you've got amazing skin, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah,
we don't have to be doing things all the time, especially like when you're younger. Like all these teenagers starting to put.
Listen,
like,
I'm classed as fucking geriatric, so there's nothing young about me anymore.
We need to get
me on that bed. All right, okay, a few more quick ones. Oh, can Botox / filler ever be cruelty-free or vegan?
Filler is yes. Profhilo is yes. Some Botox as well because it comes to bacteria.
Oh, fine.
So yeah, they all are.
Oh, migration in the lips.
Migration in the lips, yeah, it's one of the most common treatments that I deal with. So migration happens when you have two things. One, the wrong product. If you're having the wrong product injected, it absorbs water, it goes puffy, it looks awful. So just go and see someone who's not using shit product. Yeah. Basically. That's number one. Number two is having too much filler too quickly. So when I do filler, for example, with people in their lips, I put a little bit in. 2 weeks later, everyone's a little bit disappointed because they lose all the swelling, everything goes down. They're like, what have I just paid for? Yeah. Just get Invisalign like me. You look like blowjob lips, honestly. If you do it slowly and build up really, really slow over time, it will not migrate. Okay. What age would you recommend people start Botox? I think we did touch on this last time. We did touch on this last time. So my answer always to that is there isn't a start time. It could be when you're 20. It could be when you're 60. It's when the lines in your skin start to stay in your skin when you're not moving. So if you're sitting there, you look in the mirror and there are lines starting to creep in, that's when you have Botox. I guess I can turn it back. If you don't have any lines there and you are 40 and there's not a line there, like if it's not broke, we're not going to fix it. Yeah. Okay. Scared to have tweakments in case of any side effects / reactions.
What tests can you do on someone before actually physically doing it?
So you can do like patch tests and stuff, but
What, patch test a bit of Botox in your arm?
Yeah, but also I don't actually like doing that because why am I starting to inject things in your arm? Most of these products, for example, the fillers and the skin boosters, they are just made of hyaluronic acid. There's nothing else in it apart from hyaluronic acid in different forms. And your skin naturally has hyaluronic acid inside it. The only other thing that it does have in there that you can be reactive to is normally numbing stuff. So there's lidocaine in there. But if you've ever had numbing cream or dental injections or anything like that, then you're not going to be allergic to that.
Okay.
So I've been doing this for like 10 years. I've seen like over 10,000 patients. I've never had anyone have a reaction to any product. Really? But it's not impossible. It can happen.
Yeah. Just be careful if you're going to.
Be careful who you're going to. Because if someone has a reaction in my chair, I know how to deal with a reaction. That's my day in, day out. I can do that.
Okay, last one. How would you treat nasolabial folds? Client in their mid-30s.
Right, so first of all, nasolabial folds is the line that goes from your nose to your mouth. So nasolabia means mouth. It's the technical term for lips.
Not your lower lips.
Not lower lips, your upper lips. So for those lines, few things. Number one, you can have a little tiny bit of filler put into the cheek because as we lose volume when we're older, the skin that's higher up drops down, which starts to create that folds. So you can have a tiny bit there in an older client. In a younger client, I probably wouldn't do that because you probably don't need volume replacement in your cheek. Two, you can put filler directly into the line to lift it up, but you've got to be really, really careful. What I always say to people is you can soften those lines, you cannot remove them.
Yeah.
If I try and remove them, I have to overfill and you will look like Donatella Versace. And that's not a look.
We know the answer to that one.
We know the answer. We love her.
Yeah. Okay, well, that is the end of our catch up with the iconic Dr. Motox. And next episode that we have you on, we will be discussing supplements, devices, and hair.
Everywhere.
And we will be revisiting any trends that are going on at the moment and any other dodgy celebrity fails. Where can everyone find you? And
where can you find me? Instagram, TikTok, all the usual socials, Dr.Motox. I'll be there.
Well, thank you so much for your monthly update and all the treatments and tweakments we should and shouldn't be having. And anyone who's got any questions for next month's episode, don't forget to send them in. And thank you, Dr. Motox.
Thanks for having me. See you next week.
Woo!